want these now or after? In case I change my mind. I made sure this year to fill out one for myself and one for you because I forgot what I picked, you know.
And last year, luckily I have this little folder thingy with my notebook so I can get it there. Because last year I was lost one or two the whole time.
Yeah, I think so. We're just having her test the feed. So she went outside to listen to make sure it's working. But...
Asteroid Head, Muddy Waters.
Okay.
Yeah. We're good. All right. Well, should we take it now?
Aaron says the sound is good.
Shot now.
Testing.
Shot now.
Testing.
First podcast season.
Yeah, first podcast.
It wouldn't be a podcast without getting Cougar drunk.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Here we go.
Did we order a second round of shots for Cougar right after this?
Oh, God. Let's not be that cruel. You are welcome, Cougar.
I probably should have.
Welcome.
Probably should have ordered my shot chilled. Warm tequila.
Why pepperdish? Why pepperdish schnapps?
Yes, it was.
Why?
Yes, it was.
Cougar's not going to make it past the first segment.
It's going to be 2 hours of him just passed out in his chair.
Yeah.
No. I took it like a champ.
Oh, song. I got the song. Oh, I got it. When are we ready, Steve?
Whenever you're ready, really.
Okay.
We got a packed house. This is so janky. Hey, what's going on, people? It is time for the KVKL podcast. New season has started. Woo! Well, about to start. 2018. Wow. I am old.
You're old. It's my 15th summer.
It's 14th for me.
Is it for 14th? That's
Yeah.
right. 05, 04. There you go.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Yeah.
Diana?
You're only
Man,
15?
I'm 15th summer.
Not
yeah.
aging well.
I
Oh,
started
15th summer
playing
kickball.
in 07.
So this will be your 13th summer.
Yeah, that's
There you
it.
go. What's yours, man?
Yeah.
I'm on 5. I'm a relative babe compared to you guys.
Neophyte.
Aaron Adams over there was her 16th summer, right? Is that right? 04, that'd be me. We're 15th summer.
Yeah.
I thought you 03.
Well, anyway,
Yes.
we
Yeah,
are coming to
16th
you
summer,
live from the Jazz House, 926 and a half Massachusetts, home of the KVKL podcast. On Tuesdays, $2.50 almost anything.
Mm-hmm. And they are also our sponsor today.
Yeah, and we are definitely taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
It's sickening. All right. So, before we get started with picking divisions and all that other stuff, Ben, you have some stuff you want to talk about?
You should totally introduce us.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, this is first podcast. Yeah. Anyway.
Shake off the dust.
Yeah, exactly. I'm your host, CJ Cobra Kai, along with my co-hosts, Ben Hutnick,
These kickball delights have violent ends.
and Jason Cougar Huang.
EAGLES Eagles. There you go, Ben. By the way, here it is. What happened? The Super Bowl bet between me and Ben Hutnick. I picked the Eagles. He picked the Patriots. So the loser has to wear the hat of the winner's choice. So right now, Ben Hutnick is sporting a Philadelphia Eagles hat, much to his chagrin.
I can feel your worn sweat cascading down my
You're
brow.
Yes.
You're
And
welcome.
tonight we have a special guest. You may remember her from last year's preview podcast and week 6 where she mopped the floor with us
Yeah.
in the Pick'em Challenge.
She set the tone.
Yeah, it is Diana Garcia.
Thank you. Glad to be here to
El
mop
Jefe.
the floor again.
Most likely. All right, before we start picking divisions and telling you what team is in which division, Ben, you got some stuff you want to talk about?
Yeah, quick stuff. So we made some rules changes, but it's nothing major. It's mostly logistical stuff, so just look for them online. make sure your lineups are straight. There's also a rules committee. Talk to Alex Hammond if you want to get on. I have a feeling it's going to be like big meeting first time, and then the people that actually care are going to be the ones that show up in subsequent meetings. But they're going to look at pretty much everything, and then present the stuff and see if we can make any changes for the better.
Cool.
The after parties at the replay, just like last year, and there will be pork, just like there was after the first week last year. And then on every other week, I'm pretty sure they've got that restaurant inside the bar that's going to be serving food there too.
Sweet.
Speaking of food, we got Elna doing the Game of the Week food this week. We need to remember to bring cans, not bottles. Recycle.
So is Elna doing it just this week, or is it?
I think they're going to be doing it a handful of weeks, but this week for sure.
Okay.
We'd have to ask Stacy. I'm not sure exactly what the schedule is. But do we still have
Stacy
availability?
said first 3 weeks is Elna.
First 3 weeks is Elna.
Okay, so if a team or organization wanted to volunteer to cook food, who would they get in touch with?
Stacy.
Okay.
Stacy's the gal with the food.
Okay.
And we are also going to be looking for more podcast sponsors. So if you're listening and you want your name mentioned, give me a holler. I think that's it.
Okay.
We can fast forward through all that logistic stuff.
Okay, so let's talk about some kickball, shall we?
Yep.
All right, so we're going to go through the divisions, talk about which team is in which division, and then we will give our preview. So how would you guys like to do this? Would we just give a quick run through of all the divisions with the teams, and
I'd
then
say so,
pick them after that?
Yep.
Okay.
It works.
All right. So these are all going to be in alphabetical order, I would imagine. So in the Jim Bob Clark division,
I'm going to be an asshole and just tell you what the rankings were.
don't wait until I get done with all of this.
Okay, there you go.
If you want to talk to your board member, that is Stacy. So we have Asteroid Head, Ghosts, Grandstand, Jackpot, which under new management, both the bar and the team, the team formerly known as Wildman. So yeah, that's who Jackpot is. Ladybird and Muddy Waters. In the Chris Marshall division, your board member is Ethan. So it is D-Holes, Homies, Johnnies, KTC, which is Kansas Tree Care, Late Fees, and Rats. The Kelly Corcoran division, Love Garden. Free State, Leafy Greens, Love Garden. Poshwash, Reboot X, which was Reboot last year. Did I get that right, Tom? Okay.
Is that a dirtier version of Reboot, or? Okay.
Is it the Roman numeral 10?
Or is it Reboot 10?
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, Tom just said that it's the 10th anniversary of the crossing being torn down, also the 10th anniversary of Das Boot. So that's where they got that. And Woost. Then we have the Arlie Ermy division, RIP. Your board contact is David. I would imagine that's Shipley, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Lawrence Shirt Factory, which is Happy Shirt. Jazz House, Kicking Assets, which used to be Double Meat. Red Lion, Sacred Sword, and Screamers. The Mosasaur division, your board contact is Katie. I would imagine that's Katie Keating.
Yep.
Okay. Channel 6, which is the Geezers Good Neighbors. The John Denver Experience, which is formerly the Goats. Lucky Berry, which is formerly the Hellfish. Repetition. River City Matadors. And the Rockets. James Naismith division, your board contact is Jana. And then you got the Brew Ballers. Bunton Grind, which is formerly Where's My Pitches. Chalmers. Corksuckers. The Dynamic Fastener Drop Stoppers, which used to be Leeway Franks. And Red Legs. So yeah, there we go. That's all the divisions.
I never noticed before how ominous it is to have dead people as the names of the divisions. We've got a dinosaur in there, but some of these people just died recently.
Yeah, like within the past couple months.
Yeah,
and then
it feels like everybody in those divisions is born under a bad sign. I feel like the Chris Marshall division is in good stead here.
Well,
because he's
Kelly
still alive
Corcoran.
and kicking. And Kelly's division.
Kelly's division, yeah.
Or it's a bad sign for them, one or the other.
Well, and I'll say a division that the Ghosts are in, Jim Bob Clark, he was our teammate who passed away a few years
Yep,
ago. We
yep.
did the fall charity tournament and
Yep.
charity auction for him that year. He passed
Yep.
away, sadly, in a house fire. So we are glad to have him as our division name this year.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I thought we just paid off our conscience with that. Instead
You
of
never forget.
never forget.
All right. So we'll start with the Jim Bob Clark division. We got Asteroid Head, Ghost, Grandstand, Jackpot, Ladybird, Muddy Waters. Ben, how do you see this? Preview this division essentially.
Well, because of the way the snake works, you've got Jackpot at the top and Grandstand at the bottom. So you've got the top overall and then the bottom overall. So
Yeah.
that seems like a good place to start. And then everybody else is sandwiched in the middle.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to put Muddy as second just because of what happened in the off season. Although it might be as much because I'm not as familiar with the people that Grant got onto Ladybird. So I'm kind of curious to see what that
Yeah.
team looks like.
That's going to be a fun game to watch.
So I've got Jackpot, Muddy, Ladybird, then Ghost, Asteroid Head, and Grandstand, which I feel bad for the Ghosts here. They basically got thrown into what is probably the division with the hardest 1, 2, and 3s.
Yeah.
Because I think in some of these other divisions they could be a 3 or maybe even a 2.
Yeah, I feel bad for us too.
Yeah.
Diana.
Well, I think Grandstand's going to be better this year. They have a lot of returning people, so they're only going to be that much better and tighter, and they have a smaller crew. But it's going to be hard pressed for them to beat, any of these teams. So I have them at 6, and then I have Asteroid Head at 5, even though they did beat the Ghosts in the tournament. But the Asteroid Head always brings it for the tournament. They played a good game, but I just think that we're in the position that we could hopefully beat them. Ladybird I put at 3. Why they
Wait,
had
you skipped 4.
Oh,
skipped
4. Well, this is Ghosts.
Okay.
She
Yeah.
can't see them because they're ghosts.
We're invisible. And Ladybird I put as 3. They lost some people, but they also gained some people from Hellfish and a Free State player. And they have all three Alvers playing this year, Max, Grant, and Stacy. So they got that power.
Axis 18.
So yeah, I think their gains and losses kind of balance out. And then Muddy Waters, I know they had kind of a down year last year. And even though they lost Fox and they have Claire as their captain now, I think she's going to do great as a captain. And they still have Travis Lauer as their co-captain, so they do have some consistency and leadership.
Yeah.
And so I put Muddy at 2 and then Jackpot at 1.
Coog.
Mine's the exact same as Ben and Diana. I have Grandstand at 6, Asteroid Head at 5, Ghost is 4, Ladybird at 3, Muddy Waters at 2, and of course they picked up Isaac from Channel 6. And number 1 is Jackpot, the defending
You're
champion.
not saying it right. It's Jackpot.
Jackpot!
You need a little more Adam Sandler in there. It's Jackpot.
It's not from Happy Gilmore? No, from Billy Madison.
Billy
Billy
Madison.
Madison. So.
No, like I have it the exact same way. So
Yeah.
why are we talking about this?
Pretty much.
All right. So we'll just go down and go do the Chris Marshall division.
I'm happy knowing after we've covered one division that I will guarantee a tie.
Yeah.
Can't possibly be losing at this point.
Yeah, we'll do Chris Marshall division, which is D-Holes, Homies, Johnny's, KTC, Late Fees, Rats. We'll start with Diana.
So I had Late Fees as number 6, even though they have a lot of core people. They're usually out here to have fun, even though Mick Cotton, I asked him his prediction for the season. He said it's the same every year for the last 12 years where they're going to be undefeated and win it all. Then I have number 5 is Homies. 4 is Rats. They have a little bit of change in their defense. They're going to have Nicole pitching this year, but I think that'll be good for them too, and some youth in the outfield. I put Johnny's at 3. They had 6 people leave their team last year, and they have some rookie females. But I think they'll start a little rough, but then they'll get better. But I put them at 3, and then I put D-Holes at 2, even though they had some significant roster changes and Megan Hammond being injured. And
Yeah.
but I think they'll still be a solid team, and then KTC is 1.
Okay. Cool.
Well, here's the thing. Last year, you were the winner of the Pick'em Challenge for all 10 teams, weeks.
I never got a prize for that.
You got chicken.
I never got that chicken.
Where
I
were you
didn't eat
that
no
week?
chicken.
Where were you that week? Whatever.
Fine.
Whatever.
We'll manufacture a trophy for you.
Yeah, we'll manufacture it. So I was in dead last place. Got fried chicken dinner for everyone. So basically, this year's good strategy. I'm gonna copy everything from Diana. So no, it's the same as before. So it's Late Fee 6, Nittler's Homies 5, Rats 4.
You guys switched it though, I thought.
Huh?
Oh no, wait, no.
No,
Okay,
it's the same.
go ahead.
No. Rats 4, Johnny's 3, D-Holes 2, and KTC number 1.
Yeah, he's pretending like he had this written out ahead of time, but he's really scribbling the whole time I'm talking.
Ben?
Very much so.
Yeah, now that Diana, who won last year, is picked.
Wow,
Oh,
wow,
no. We
look
should
at
have turned in
this.
our picks
Look at
beforehand.
this.
And I'm wearing
Wow.
Ew.
Cougar's
Okay, I'm
stupid
going last
fucking
now.
hat. I'm totally switching mine. I had the exact same thing as you guys. Now I'm going to go KTC to win, Johnny's second,
What?
D-Hole's third, Rats,
Wow.
then Fees, and then Homies last.
For those
That's
For
fine.
those who are not in attendance right now, Ben literally just changed it as Diana and Cougar were talking.
Bunch of cheaters.
The hat does look good on you, Ben.
What doesn't?
I have it slightly different than both Ben and Cougar and Diana. So I have KTC 1, D-Holes 2, Johnny's 3, Rats 4, Late Fees 5, and Homies 6. I think it's going to come down to the late fees and homies, obviously, coming down to that game. Who's going to be the 6th? So I think that late fees are going to win that one.
Get mad, Dana.
Yeah. All right.
Few? Okay.
All right.
I secretly hope that this division cost me the contest.
Just because of that.
Right.
Oh, it'd be so great. All right, so we'll do the Kelly Corcoran division next. Free State, Leafy Greens, Love Garden, Posh Wash, Reboot X. It's like Malcolm X or something like that. Or the iPhone 10.
Yeah.
And then Woost. So we'll go with...
I'm going last.
Okay. Coog.
All right, I'll go first. 6, I have Leafy Greens. 5, I have Boost. 4 is Reboot X. By the way, Tom, I still maintain it's named after the cartoon. Yeah, it is. It's a great cartoon. Back in the 90s. 3 is Free State. 2 is Posh Wash. That's a hard one.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Posh Wash beat Free State in week 7 in
Yeah.
extra innings in rank play. So I think repeat itself. We'll see,
Okay. Okay.
first week. Predictions. And number 1 is Love Garden.
Okay, I'll go next. I have Leafy Greens, Woost, Reboot X, Posh Wash, Free State, and Love Garden.
Got
Ben.
faith in the Free State. Yeah, I came out closer to where Cougar is. Poshwash's defense.
Does that
is
make
just-
you want to change it?
Nah. Usually I like jumping on Cougar's back, and who wouldn't? But
Cougar
Poshwash
curse,
is
man.
deep. We played Poshwash a couple times last year, and I watched them play a bunch, and their defense is just really good.
Yeah. Okay.
Like they have the defense of a top 6 team.
Okay.
For them, it seems to come a little more down to struggling a little bit to score against the higher echelon teams. So I think they have enough to beat everybody in this division except for maybe Love Garden. So I had Love Garden first, Posh second. I actually put Reboot third because they were good last year, and I think they might take a step. Free State fourth, Woost, then Leafy. But I think this is kind of the Posh, Reboot, Free State. Seemed like any one of them could finish second, third, fourth. So I had a tough time with this one.
Okay. Diana.
All right, so I had Leafy Greens at 6. I have Reboot at 5. And that's mainly they're still figuring out their stuff, but I think this year they're going to have more consistent players. Thomas said, so that'll be great. And he's a great captain, so they have good leadership. But I think they might start off a little rough because they had some players who joined later in the season, but now they'll have a little more experience under their belts. So they're at 5. Then I have Free State at 4. Big reason that they did lose Leslie, their pitcher, and she's on Red Lion now. They will have Lindsay being their pitcher this year, but I think they had some changes. Oh, and they also lost Aaron on their team to Lady Bird. But they do have the power of the canned beer on their side this year, so they could surprise us. They have the Guavatas Sour, one of my new favorites, and the Yakamaniac IPA in cans. And no, I did not get paid to plug that. And then number 3, I have the Woost. The Woost is always,
You boost that high?
Woost is always, they always fluctuate, but what changed this year is they had 3 of their solid girls come back. 2 of them had babies, and 1 was study abroad. Their players, okay, I want to read these. So they have 5 original players from 13 years ago, 7 with the team for 12 to 5 years, and then I mentioned those 3 girls coming back, and then they have a couple new recruits who actually work at the Roost with some talent. So I put them at 3. Suck it if you don't agree with that.
Okay.
And then Posh Wash at 2. They were looking pretty solid during the charity tournament as well, and then Love Garden at 1.
Okay. All right. We'll go on to the R. Lee Ermey division, which has Lawrence Shirt Factory, Jazz House, Kicking Assets, Red Lion, Sacred Sword, and Screamers. So we'll go right back to Diana.
All right, I'll just run it down this time. I have number 1.
You can expound upon it. It's fine.
Yeah.
What? I just don't want to talk too much. I have a problem.
No, we
No,
bought
you're
3 hours worth of podcast time
Yeah.
and subscription. We can talk as
And
long as we
also-
want.
Also, you
3 hours,
are
exactly.
the
Like 3
oracle,
hours a week.
so it's fine.
I do have Lawrence Shirt Factory at 1.
Okay.
They did lose Amber Owens
They did.
to D Holes, but they picked up another girl that's supposed to be okay. And then they gained Bickle, and they also gained Dave McChristie from Love Garden. But they're just a force. Like, they're number 1.
They lost Ford, right?
Oh, I don't really know. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Where's Ford?
Just
He
retired.
retired?
Chris Ford retired.
Oh, I guess. Oh man.
So he's smarter than all of us.
Yeah.
Well, we might have to name a division after him. And then, so Happy Shirt number 1, Red Lion number 2.
Okay.
They gained Leslie, even though they lost Sarah Riley and Colin. They're still a solid, fun team. And then I have number 3, Kicking Assets. You know, they won the Diana Plate last year.
Okay.
Even though they had a change in captainship, it's Marisa this year, and Ben Wright left the team. But I still think they'll be pretty solid.
Okay.
And they have their returning co-captain, Danielle. And then Jazz House, I picked number 4. They had a little bit of changes, some people moving away, but Rick is pretty good at finding new talent. They'll just have to need to gel. They might need a few weeks to prove it.
They usually do.
Screamers number 5, even though they could have moved to number 4, but I picked them at number 5. And then Sacred Sword number 6, because I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. Coog.
I have Sacred Sword number 6, Streamers number 5.
Okay.
Kicking Assets, last year being a 6, and they now moved to the 4. 3 is Jazz House, 2 is Red Lion, and 1 is Lawrence Shirt Factory. Yeah,
Lawrence Shirt Factory.
Lawrence Shirt Factory.
I have it exactly the same way. Quick aside, we are coming to you live from the Jazz House, 926 and a half Massachusetts. Come down every Tuesday, 250 almost everything. It's a grand old time. Come heckle all of us. It's fun.
Woo! Can I make my picks and then pick first in the next one so I can double up on my 250 almost everything?
Yes, if you get me a drink.
All right.
All right, there we go. Ben.
So I had Lawrence Shirt Factory as 1. Despite the name change, they still got the magic, I think. Red Lion 2, Kicking Assets 3,
Okay.
Jazz House 4, Screamers 5, Swords 6, just because it seems like Swords dropped off a little bit. Although I'm not, it kind of seems like Kicking Assets is going to be, they came on as the year
Late.
went on last year, and they did have some turnover, but I think it might take a week or 2 for them to coalesce.
Yeah.
But some of the kids that they got are really good.
Okay.
And I just mean, like, they haven't played a ton of kickball, but pure athletes. I think they're going to be.
So
Yeah, I
it's
think-
going to come down to when they play Jazz
Right.
House, if it's early or late.
I think it's going to be a little bit of the same, where they might have. It might be tougher early, but I'm kind of worried because we play them week 5, and
They might
Red
have
Lion
a
traditionally
little bit-
drops a game to a team below them. So this almost feels like
And plus, week 5 is June
grass
24th.
week.
It's not. No. I was going to say if it was close to July 4th, you guys would have been screwed. Cause
Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure the week after the Lions' anniversary and Chris's birthday or whatever is the week we play Happy Shirt.
Oh Jesus!
So
We'll set the line
sorry,
really
Lawrence
high
Shirt
at that one.
Factory, firm 1. But it kind of feels like I'm not. Although that's my pick for the finish here, I'm not 100% sure that the 2 through 6 aren't just going to beat each other in some fashion.
I can
So
see
it'll
that.
be interesting to see what the final standings are.
Okay, so we'll move on to the Mosasaur division, which is Channel 6, John Denver, Lucky Berry, Repetition, River City Matadors, and Rockets. Ben.
I've got John Denver first, Lucky Berry second. That's going to be an awesome game.
Yeah.
I don't know who to put money on in that one. Then Channel 6, only because they lost Isaac. It feels like it's key if you're losing one of the best defenders and then the fastest offensive player on the team.
Yeah.
Followed by Matadors, then Rockets, and then Repetition. Although repetition got better as the year went on last year,
Yeah,
too.
they did.
So, depending on how things pan out in the between seasons, I could see repetition moving up as high as 4. I'm just not 100% sure they have enough to beat the Matadors, who are traditionally a pretty solid team.
Okay. Coog.
I have in the most sort division, number 6 is Repetition, number 5 is Rockets, number 4 is River City Matadors, 3 is Lucky Berry, 2 is Channel 6, and 1 is John Denver Experience.
Diana.
All right. I guess nobody has any faith in formerly Channel 6 this year, however you say that first name. Gozer's Good
I think
Neighbors.
it's Geezers.
Geezers?
Yes. Geezer.
Well,
There's no Isaac.
The Good
Isaac.
Neighbors. Well, and so the thing is, I know Channel 6, they lost a bunch of people. I was talking with Mike Anderson, and he actually made me laugh out loud. He said it feels like the Royals. Because they lost Isaac to Muddy Waters, Julie to Love Garden, and Janae to KTC. But the rest of the team is returning. They added some great male athletes, so they are optimistic. Instead of take a few games to maybe get the rhythms, but the
Okay.
more experience they have, the more dangerous they'll be for sure. I put John Denver Experiences 2. I put River City Matadors as 3. I know last year they had some trouble because they didn't have a really deep bench. They had trouble getting a consistent team and enough
They
players.
didn't have
there.
a bench.
Deep bench, didn't have a bench.
I mean, they had no bench. They had, what, a step stool?
8, 9 people.
Yeah.
7
And they were still in
Um,
games.
But Paul is more optimistic this year that they'll have more consistent people and more people and some new talent. So I put them, and they did beat Channel 6 last year, week 3. So
Yeah.
if they're
They
gonna,
did. They did.
because we talked last year that if they brought it, they brought it. So I put them at 3. I put Lucky Berry at 4. I mean, I know they had some team changes, lost some people, gained people like Katie Marcus from the Homies.
Yep.
And they got a guy from Wednesday PM League who was, to quote Derek Davis 2 years ago, Kenny Fast. So they could surprise me. They definitely could be in
Is
the
he
3.
fast?
I don't know. He said insanely fast.
Is he also
Okay.
shirtless?
I don't know. I didn't ask all these questions.
He's not shirtless? Okay.
So he's going to be slowed down.
Yeah, he's gonna have wind resistance with that shirt.
So yeah, even though I picked Matadors at 3 and Lucky Bear at 4, that could change.
I
But
feel
then
like we should measure speed in Kenny's. So, as fast as Kenny would run a 40-yard dash, if you could somehow manage to run it twice as fast, then you'd be at 2
I'm
Kennys.
-5
Yeah.
Kennys.
Right.
I'm -5.
No. You're going to be at like 0.1 Kenny's.
That's being
So you go
generous.
the other way.
Really generous.
Yeah. Like,
all right,
when
math.
you get to 1, one Kenny, you are really fast.
Okay.
Anything below 1, you're really slow.
I'm -5.
All right. Then I have 5 Rockets. They did pick up Phil Childs from Wild Man.
Boo.
Yeah. But Phil will get more playing time. I think he'll be happy. And then 6 Repetition. Even though Repetition, I'll say they had a few changes, but they also have a few injuries. So some of their players might miss the first few games. And that's the only reason I kind of put them at 6. But I think they'll be a force to reckon with a little later in the season. And that's all.
Who hasn't gone yet?
I've gone.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
So,
Ben. Oh wait, no, it's just me then.
I went first.
Yeah, I went first. Yeah.
God, I'm drunk already.
John Denver Experience.
250, almost anything.
It gets the job done. The Geezers, Good Neighbors, Lucky Berry, Matadors at 4, Rockets 5, Repetition 6. Yeah, so that's that. And then now we're going to move on to the James Naismith division. Brew Ballers, Bunt and Grind, which is formerly Where's My Pitches. Chalmers, Corksuckers, Dynamic Fastener Drop Stoppers, and Red Legs. We'll start with Cougar.
Okay. Number 6, I have Brew Ballers. Number 5 is the Drop Stoppers. Number 4 is Bunt Grind. 3 is Corksuckers. And boy, I thought about this. Whether I'm going to pick Red Legs to beat Chalmers is twice. I've been wrong. Not this time. Red Legs be 2. Chalmers is 1.
Really?
I'm not going to burn my hand on the stove anymore. No more. Nope.
Okay.
Or put the fork into the power outlet. I'm not going to do it anymore. Nope.
We'll go Ben.
Yeah, this is like the can't shine a flashlight between them 1 and 2 because it's the turnaround.
Yeah.
So Red Legs and Chalmers is one of them was the 6 and one of them was the 7.
Yeah.
I did mine just based on I heard that the Red Legs might get Sports Kid back, and I think
That's true.
I heard he's back.
It's
I think
true.
if Sports Kid plays, then Red Legs
By the way, his name
finishes
is Ian.
first.
His birth name is Ian, okay?
I know and love Ian,
No,
and
it's
I think
Sports
he's
Kid.
okay with me
Yeah,
calling him
Sports Kid says
Kid.
on his birth certificate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's in
His full legal name.
yeah,
Full
legal name,
sports kid.
him joining the Red Leg or rejoining the Red Legs is as big a move I think really as Isaac shifting to Muddy Waters in my mind anyway.
Yeah.
So I gave Red Legs the benefit of the doubt there. I made him 1, Chalmers 2, Corksuckers 3, and then I had a really hard time with the 4, 5, and 6. I actually have kind of the opposite of you, Cougar. I had Brewballers 4 just based on the strength of some of their close games last year. Like, I feel like if they kept the team together, they may take a step. Then I have Drop Stoppers and then Bunt and Grind, just because of some of the losses.
6. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, I can't ever pick them right, so
So you like screw up?
fuck that noise.
How dare they make me pick wrong every time? I'll go next. I have Red Legs, Chalmers, Drop Stoppers, Corksuckers, Brewballers, and Bunt and Grind, mainly because I have no idea which teams are going to be decent or not. So like I'm picking blind here basically.
We're just lucky that we didn't put the Rats and Bunt and Grind in the same division.
Yes, I would have no idea
I would
with that game.
I probably would have just put them 1-2.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
Yeah. Diana.
So on the notes of like button grind, drop stoppers, kicking assets, I had so much difficulty trying to keep straight which teams those used to be because they all are just so active names.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what? Anyways, I have Chalmers as number 1, even though Matt Lechtenberg moved back to Oregon. They got Colin back from Red Lion, and then they also have a lady acquisition from Subaru's Kansas City League, and we all know how important good ladies are to a team.
Yes.
So number 1. Number 2, I have it Red Legs. With Red Legs, they did lose Lath and Joby. Joby was their kick-ass catcher. But yeah, like you said, they got Sports Kid. They got a couple awesome ladies who play like KU volleyball and soccer. Maybe early growing pains, but they're only going to get better. If Chalmers has an off week, maybe they could take it, but I did put Red Legs at 2. Corksuckers at 3. They had a few changes, but I think they'll be pretty consistent, if not a little better than previous year. Then the last ones, I really didn't have much to go off of, except for I knew that Bunt and Grind didn't have Vaughn on it anymore.
Yeah, he moved over.
He's
to
on the Red Lion, and he just was such a focal point of that team. So I put Drop Stoppers at 4, Bunt and Grind at 5, and Brewballers at 6. But that could all change for sure.
Yeah.
Out of all the divisions, and I guess it's just by virtue of the way that Snake works, this really kind of seems like all the other ones I could see, I could make an argument for the 2 beating the 3, and so the order getting mixed up. But I think in this one, no disrespect to the other teams, but I think the winner of that Red Legs Chalmers game is going to take it, whereas the 1-2 in every other division isn't necessarily as clear.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So, I guess we'll move on to some discussion questions, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, were there any free agency moves, whether it be addition or subtraction, that were a surprise to you? Ben?
I was kind of surprised that Isaac went to Muddy.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
because Channel 6 did really good last year. I mean, they...
I think him moving to Muddy has a lot to do with the fact that he's cool with Eli.
Yeah.
And like they've gotten closer with like 365 ball, so that definitely had a lot to do with it.
Yeah. And we played with both of them, like on our fall ball team, Ghost Ramen. They're both on it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it seems like from maybe it's a friendship move, but from a kickball standpoint, it seems like a lateral move. Because Channel 6 gave who was it that beat them at the end of the year last year? Was that Love Garden? Was it or was it you guys?
Wait.
Who knocked them out of the playoffs?
I don't.
Was it KTC?
It might have been KTC.
I know it was KTC.
Whoever it was one of the top 4 teams, and they gave them all they could handle, and
think it was
they
KTC.
lost by virtue of basically not being able to kick anybody in the last inning. It was a really
KTC.
close
I'm
game.
pretty sure
yeah.
it was KTC. Yeah.
So then, I mean, to me, that means that Channel 6 was right there, as they have been. And Muddy had been
Oh yeah, they
right
lost
there.
by
the year-
1 run to KTC.
Yeah, 1 run to the team that went to extras in the championship game. So it seemed like that single reason was kind of head-scratching to me.
Well,
Everything else I totally saw ahead of time.
I guess for me, like, it's kind of hard. This is a hard question for me because people move teams for a variety of reasons.
Yeah.
Relationships, they want to play with certain people that they feel closer to, or want to get away from people that they no longer feel closer to.
I'm intricately familiar with
they
that.
either want to. Well, I'm pretty sure that's why Liz Schaefer left the Ghosts a few years ago. No, I'm just kidding. I love her. Or they move because they want to be on a more competitive team, or they move because they want to be on a less competitive team and get more playing time. You know, like you never know. So this is kind of a hard question for me, but I guess I put Vaughn because, like I said, he was just on Where's My Pitches forever. And then I just put like all the Channel 6 moves with Isaac, Julie, and Janae, like just, that's a mass team exodus, you know, almost.
that's huge.
And then Phil kind of surprised me. I would say yes and no. Yes, just because he is Wild Man. Like, that was his team, and it, you know, they used to be the Dead Cats. They used to be like one of the lower tier teams, and he built it into something different. But
It's kind of strange too because
but I
he
guess
owned
it
the
just
sponsor.
evolved into something, and he just wanted to, you know, maybe go back to his chill days.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
makes sense.
And it makes sense. It perfectly makes sense. And Rockets are tons of fun people on that team, so I get it.
I'll go with mine because like mine was Phil leaving Wildman. I guess I could have known something was up when we didn't have our meeting that we usually have in February. It was like rolling into March and we still hadn't had it. So
And when you saw
What do
him the
you
next
do
time, he
with
left the
this? What
severed
kind of
foot at
meeting
home.
is this?
we usually talk about like who's already staying, if we're recruiting anybody.
Whether he's going to wear a captain's
that kind of
outfit.
stuff.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
our team, we're such good friends, we just discuss all year long.
Yeah.
So,
I just do emails, so hopefully people respond to me.
Yeah.
I just do email.
That's because
I'm just kidding.
It's usually to finalize stuff that we have a meeting. So
Jackpot hate fucks kickball, Diana. Ghost hate fuck life.
Homies are going to be there and respond to my email.
Homies is more like a telepathic thing.
yeah.
This was, it just struck me as strange because it's like, this is John Lennon leaving the Beatles, but joining the Monkees.
Yeah, so it definitely took like all of us by surprise when I think Simon got the text first, and then I kind of got it subsequently, and then the rest of the team knew. So like we were all just definitely taken aback by it. Like we weren't expecting it. But yeah, no, it sucks. Like Phil's a good dude. He's he's like one of those people he's one of those bellwether people where like if you don't like him, there's probably something wrong with you. So like,
Agreed.
What are you saying about me, Steven?
yeah,
I'm just kidding.
one of those things where like, dude, it sucks not having him on the team because he always knew what to say at the right time.
So you're gonna have a Torchmaster to wear a captain's outfit and carry around the severed foot this year, or that's because I felt like that was good juju last year.
I don't know.
You need him. You're gonna need a mascot.
Yeah, we're gonna have to search for one or something. Coog.
As far as the free agents move that surprised me, I'll just say for your team there, Siege, about the jackpot, about Sarah Riley
You
joining.
gotta yell it louder.
Jackpot!
Okay, there we go.
Thank you, sorry. I have no idea why my octave goes up, Aaron. I have good voices. I have no idea.
He sounds like a Muppet.
I do like a little Muppet, yeah. I said Sarah Riley going to jackpot. I think that's a good move. I think you have someone that's a heady player, good pitcher, really good on defense. I think that's my vote for the one that surprised me the most, that you're able to get Riley.
That makes sense as a competition move, though, because when the champ comes calling, you answer that call.
Yeah.
Well, and plus, like, I mean, I've been playing City League with Riley. Like, I haven't played City League in like 2 years, but like before that, we played with Riley for like another 2 before that. So like, it's been like we played with her 4 years ago. We wanted to get her on the team. It's something we'd been talking about for a long time. It
So
just
it's
happened.
a combination of the reasons I mentioned. She enjoys people on your team. She wants to be on a better team, and she hates Ben Hutnick.
Yeah.
That's all we had to say. That was our entire pitch. Was like Ben's not on the team.
Fast forward 5 years, it's just going to be me and Never be. Yeah, which is sad too because I love Riley. That was a bad loss for us.
Okay. So, team or teams, that are most likely to take a step up or a step down in terms of their status from last year. We'll go with Diana.
For a step down, I put Free State, Channel 6, because even though I think they'll win their division, I don't know how well they'll do after that, but we'll see. Button Grind, Reboot, at least for the first half of the season, but then I think they'll kick ass in pool play. Then for step up, I put Muddy, Grandstand,
Yeah.
Woost, Chalmers's, Los Mat, Posh, repetition after first half of the season once they get over their injuries. And yeah.
We'll go Kook.
You said there, as far as step down, I would say, Channel 6 is one. I think that's the biggest one in my estimation. It's like, probably take a big step down because no icing, those two other players you just mentioned. As far as step up, kicking assets. Last year they were 6. I don't know how they were 6 because they somehow lost the homies game of the week last year. And that I'm up to a 4, exactly. And then some of you guys have them as a 3. So I think that's the biggest step up is kicking assets.
Okay. I'll go next. I actually have Happy Shirt, which is Worn Shirt Factory now. Like, it's one of those things now to where, one, they've gotten older, and their status as, like, you can just pencil them in before the season starts.
Yeah.
They're going to be in the finals, has kind of not necessarily ended, but you definitely have 2 other teams in the conversation with them, where it's just like, before it was, it's going to be Happy Shirt and
Probably
someone else.
more than that.
So that's why I said it's a step down. It's not an entire step down. It's kind of a half a step down to where other teams have kind of stepped up to be at the level
It's
that
like
they
a
were at.
stutter step.
Yeah.
That's dynamite, Diana.
Yeah, like for the first time, I'm pretty sure this is the first time this has ever happened where Happy Shirt got swept by a team in a year.
Yeah, could this be the underrated 1 seed coming into the rank
You
play?
think large shirt factory, you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, look at the division they're in.
Yeah.
If let's assume they go into rank play 5-0, they will have beat 4 teams that everybody will have expected them to beat, and Red Lion, who they always beat, no matter how close the teams are.
Yeah.
So, and then they have to play the 5 best seeds, some of whom they lost to last year. It's just,
I mean, they
Seems
did
like a
finish.
tough
I think
get.
they finished
2 and 3.
2 and 3.
First time ever they were losing record in rank play. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Another thing about the Lawrence Shirt Factory is that this is their 15th summer since 2004. I would know because we all came the exact same year as 2004.
yeah.
And I think, we're old. I'm old. So, but for Lawrence Shirt Factory, from the very get-go at 2004 to be the elite, for now going on to the 14th summer, now going to 15th summer, you don't have teams that do that anymore. Yeah, you have the elite teams like KTC and Jackpot and Love Guard and all that, but you have the same 4 core players. You have Tyler, you have Andy, you got Steve, and you got those 3 and. And the Peaches, but this is, John,
Yeah.
this is for since 2010, Paul since 2008.
How would you know all this?
Because, again, I've known them over the years, the past 15 summers.
Yeah.
I have a really good memory, too, sometimes.
Stalker.
Okay. Well, then,
Just kidding.
Yeah.
That's awesome that you know all that.
Yeah, 15 summers. I mean, that's a lot of summers being believed at some point, just like Father Time, it's going to drop off.
And then too, with like the new signing with Bickle is like he's not young either.
No, he's not.
Like he's older than most of them. So like
he's forever young.
I guess
but it's still one of those things where like they're
wine is preserved
like
as
with the
organs.
people that they brought in over the past 4 years. Let's
I guess
say.
that's what I was kind of surprised at. Like, I know Bickle has a skill set, but I was kind of surprised about that, move, too, I guess. We didn't
Yeah.
even mention that. But.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where like they have gotten older, but they haven't done anything to.
No.
I
In
think
terms
that was
of like bringing in younger players, like myself and Simon, we're fucking old as shit now. And over the past couple of years, we've definitely tried to bring in like younger players so that we can prolong our own
So
careers.
in
'cause
this
we're
league, we
selfish
keep
like that.
talking about how old we are. Like in this league context, what's old? Like what age?
The average age of my team is about 39 and a half, so I don't
Like
know.
what would you consider like old?
Well, like out of your athletic prime, so like probably like 33 or 34.
Everybody's different.
I never had Prime.
Yeah.
If you're not out of your
Plus,
athletic prime,
that means you're still in your prime.
yeah.
No.
But no, that's true. Everybody's different. I mean,
Yeah, I would say, I guess I would say north of 38, you're starting to run into trouble.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where like
After 2 years, yeah.
you can only do so much to like just try and keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
stop calling me.
That's what I did.
I have a random
First base.
theory about this, though. It's like,
Papi Chulo.
see, Wildman was thinking, they saw all these younger teams coming up. They saw Lady Bird and improve, and they saw Johnny's come in with all these younger athletic people, and so Jackpot adjusted by trying to recruit younger athletic people. At the exact same time, Jackpot got better, and Lawrence Shirt Factory dropped comparatively.
Just because of age.
Right.
Really. It's not necessarily because they got
And
worse.
so their reaction was to see Jackpot anger banging Kickball, and so they picked up Pickle.
Well, other things that you mentioned, the people they picked up over the years was Adam Brazel, who was on Woost, and Chris Ford, who's now retired, who was on Love Guard, and they were basically in their 30s.
Joel Kelly.
Joel Kelly, there he is in his
Amber.
30s. Amber, yeah, as well, and Sarah Weisel, although they're not 30. But you get more established players coming in, not exactly the young pups coming in.
Well, and sometimes I think especially where females are concerned in this league, it's more savvy over age is almost better, at least for that role.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
the strategy for Lawrence
Yeah.
Shirt Factory.
Oh, and I know we've been talking about Bickle, but I did want to give him a shout out because Ari, when I was talking to her, told me that he's going to have his first baby, him and Emily, in July.
Nice.
A little donut.
He doesn't look pregnant at all.
So congrats.
Yeah, a little too.
And since we're talking about babies, wait, what? I missed that. I didn't. Everybody was clapping too loud. But anyways,
If the microphone picked that up, I'm not standing in front of you when he comes in.
talking about babies, also Matt Shaden, our team is having a baby this summer too. His first. So,
All
hey.
right.
So next we're getting these younger players. We're going to start growing them now.
Right. That's the organic way to
So
do it.
goes to 2030? No, I can't do that.
Yep.
36.
Okay. Next question. Has everyone answered? Everyone
Yeah.
has. Okay. Since Chris Marshall got a division named after him this year, what current player or players do you think deserve to have a division named after them when they retire? Coog.
I'm going to go with Brianne Kester. Only because she has the most
Yep.
KVKL titles
That was
in
mine too.
KVKL history.
Yeah.
How many is it?
Six.
Six.
5 with, Lawrence.
Happy Shirt.
And then 1 with, I guess,
Los Luchadors.
Los Luchadors is now Matadors. Whatever,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
She has a record.
I had Brienne as mine as well as the Happy Shirt dudes like Andy, Tyler, and Steve, just because they've been there for all of them. So I would go with those guys. Dick Towel division.
Yeah. Oh, I'm totally in on this Dick Towel division.
Yeah, like those dudes definitely deserve one.
Yeah.
I was gonna go with Bree, but with Bree, since she has like the most championships, I always feel like that the instead of saying it's the cup tournament or whatever, it should just be the Bree.
Rename the trophy.
Yeah, no, not the trophy, but just the whole entire bracket.
So
Just-
most,
Oh, okay, yeah.
most awesome if you got the Brianne.
yeah,
The
the
Bree.
Bree
Kester.
Yeah, like that should. That's what it should be.
Kester Bester.
And then
Yeah.
you can strive to get your name put in there if you can beat her record.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that won't encourage team hopping at all.
No.
Just to have a championship named
Ben?
after them.
Never.
Well, she won 5 with one team, so
No, I'm joking. I don't mean
Yeah.
she did. I mean other people.
Other
I'm
people
talking
will.
about all these moving. No, not her,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that happens anyway.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of trophy hunting, but whatever. There's too many to name, man.
just name one.
Just name one.
Diana.
Aw.
Yeah.
Multi-commissioner.
No, I don't need anything
Done a
named
lot
after
for the
me.
league.
No, stop
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Stop
Erin
it.
Adams. She's been on the board since before I was in the league, and most people have no fucking clue how much she does.
They really don't. Like, it blows my mind.
Yeah.
Like, we wouldn't have been aboard these last few
Yeah.
years without her.
I would love to have a Jason Cougar Huang division.
Oh, gosh. Please don't. Please don't.
Yeah.
Only after relegation when we have 6 terrible teams in one
Gosh.
division.
Yeah. That I would agree with.
Yeah, but no, seriously. I mean, there's really too many, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
I played 10 years and I know Jason.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, how about
All right.
a Dana Shoop league?
Dana
Yeah.
Shoot.
Diana.
So I was trying to think of people who not only contribute a lot to this league, but also who kind of encapsulate the spirit of the league. People you want to play against, people you want to hang out with, who just, I don't know. So I picked Erin Adams and Jackie Becker. They have done so much work over the years.
Yep.
Josh Hunt, one of our founding members. He really helped make this league
Sword.
what it is today, just along with Darren Belt and Nick Lerner. But Nick Lerner can't have a division and a team named after him.
Fuck yeah, you can.
And then I picked Mick Cotton. If anyone, is a representative of what this league should be and the spirit of it, it's Mick Cotton. And then I also put Chris Ford, and that was even before I knew he retired. I just remember his Sundays in the park were always my favorites, and he's such a nice guy. So
Yeah.
I think as much as anything, I'm looking at it like if we could have division figureheads and there could be like a statute to represent it. Like, could we just get a Dan Malga division where he's just like standing there in outfield looking very relaxed with no shirt on? It's kind of like the Rocky statue, but with the arms
Should
to
we
the
start
side.
our own wax museum, maybe?
Yes.
Yes.
KVKL Wax Museum
Oh my
Hall of
gosh.
Fame.
And wearing
Yeah.
something Wu-Tang affiliated.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, now we've gotten to one last one. Make a bold prediction that is sure to go wrong. Cougar.
You want me first? God damn it. Do it. Fine. You know what? Happy Shirt will not win the KVKL championship.
Okay.
Or Lawrence Francis. No,
It's not so bold anymore.
that's so bold anymore.
Your own team to win for once.
You know what's fine? You know what? Yeah, homies will win the Chris Marshall division.
Yeah.
And that's not going to happen. That's the Cougar curse, okay, CJ? Still does not exist.
I was going to say win the first week.
No. That's the Cougar curse. There you go.
Yeah. All right. We'll go Ben.
I'm gonna go with Lady Bird to finish second in that division.
So are you amending your picks, or are you just doing this just cause?
It's bold, and the conventional wisdom suggests it's wrong, but
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. No. All right.
And
Dan.
they have been moving up every year. So
Yeah.
did you guys finish in the threes last year?
They were threes, yeah.
Yeah. There's nowhere to go but up. Yeah.
They were top
Okay.
threes, yeah, they were. Yeah.
I will give you a
Not so bold prediction. Whichever team out of Red Legs or Chalmers finishes second in their division is going to go undefeated in the twos.
Okay. Diana.
So mine, I guess it depends who you are. They could be considered bold or not bold. Maybe more like a, papyrus font or something. So Love Garden wins it all. I mean, they did lose to KTC 11-3 in the tournament, but, and I do think KTC, it's probably their year. But I'll pick Love Garden to win it all. Muddy Waters to win the Twain. Repetition to win the 6 pool. So they'll go to 6 seed in pool play and win it all. No, I'm just talking about rank play.
Oh, okay.
And then Woos to come out on top of the 3s for rank play.
That is bold.
Hey, that is
I will
very
say
bold.
that is bold. I'm going finishing fifth. That's really bold.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
That is bolder than a dark cup of coffee at the Roost. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you, Peanut Gallery Tim. Thank you, Tim.
I guess I'll go with Chalmers is actually going to make the finals this year.
Wow, that is bold.
That's bold.
I
Jim,
always
that
pick Chalmers. Chalmers is always my dark horse or bold pick, but they just disappointed me too much and left me sad and alone.
Did
you know,
pick them to win the
Diana's
division?
I
off the
picked them to win it all last year.
Yeah.
That was my bold prediction.
Yeah.
So you're making me sad and lonely, and all I have is my cat to console me after you disappoint me. So prove me wrong this year, please.
You say Chalmers is going to go to the championship final, you say?
Yeah, it's just said the finals.
CJ's bold prediction is Chalmers is to not shit the bed.
And they'll lose the happy shirt in the...
Okay.
But last year in the tournament, they lost to Happy Shirt by 1 run to
They
9.
still can't lose to them every year.
Okay.
They bring it in the tournament.
They're not going to lose to the happy
2012.
shirt.
Since 2012, can you name the 3 winningest teams?
Since 2012?
Yeah.
I would
This is
say
overall.
This is
Including
just
playoffs?
no. This doesn't include the playoffs. Just regular season.
regular season.
It's
I
going to
would
be
say-
Chalmers.
Chalmers is probably one of them. Lawrence Shirt Factory, and the other one is KTC.
Yeah.
Is it?
Not
sitting right
Wild Man,
next to you,
because they
dude.
weren't always this
Oh,
Wild
it's you?
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, Jackpot.
It's
Okay.
and
I have no idea.
Jackpot and Mario Chalmers have the same amount of wins
Same amount of wins.
in the regular season.
Oh.
Yeah.
2012.
Yeah.
That and a dollar will get you a cup
More
of
difference.
coffee.
One has 2 titles, one has nil.
I think I always pick Chalmers's because even though they're such a high caliber team, they are like one of the nicest teams to play. Like they're kicking your ass, but you're all having a fun time somehow.
They'll just never be Lawrence Shirt Factory. They never will.
Jesus.
That's true. Every year, look at the
See,
record.
that's a better bold prediction than your first one.
Well, fuck, now I hope Chalmers finishes in the one pool, see what I can
Bet on this. Yeah.
Okay. So
Advanced bet, Cougar. If Chalmers finishes as a 1 and Lawrence Shirt Factory does, then I'll take Chalmers's in the game. And
You can take them all you want.
If I
You can take
if
them all
I
you
win,
want.
if I win, you have to wear whatever I want on your head.
Whatever I want on my
not
Whatever
not
he wants.
necessarily
on
a
my
hat.
head.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm like
No, I
envisioning
would
like a
not take that.
dildo hat. I don't know.
you're way ahead of me, man.
Okay.
There's this thing called the
Awful
accommodator.
visual, Diana.
I know it's not my fault. It's Ben's fault.
You thought that. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Do we still have to pick games?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
I forgot I
fucking
started
insane.
putting all my papers.
Yes. Okay.
Fine.
So we will
We'll see what
finally
happens
talk
then.
about some games. That's so crazy to talk about. Like we have games to actually talk about now.
It's all right, man.
Okay.
We can do these in 4 minutes, lightning round.
Yeah.
But before we do, Game of the Week cleanup, which is going to be Chalmers, John Denver, Kicking Assets, and Leafy Greens. So yeah, make sure you clean up after.
You guys are all our week 1 bitches.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you have to send a minimum of 4 players, but of course, the more the merrier.
More the merrier.
Yes.
Encouraged.
Yes. Okay, so we will start at YSC. YSC 1, 5 o'clock, Grandstand versus Jackpot.
This is the much anticipated 1 versus 36 matchup. I'm not going to miss this game. Oh shit, I'm not going to be that field.
We're all picking Grandstand, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sure.
Well, if we all pick Grandstand and we're all wrong, then, I mean, then we all
Yeah,
fail. Yeah, but we fail together.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have the moral high ground.
All right. YSC 7, Brew Ballers versus Redlegs. Diana.
Red legs.
Red legs.
Redlegs.
Yep.
Okay. YSC 2, 5 o'clock, Chalmers versus Corksuckers. Ben.
Chalmers's.
Chalmers.
Hi, Chalmers's.
Yep.
Okay. YSC 2, 7 o'clock, first game in our Pick'em Challenge. We're all going to do winner, winner, chicken dinner, right?
I can't fucking believe you did this to
What do you
us.
want for your chicken dinner? We all know I'm going to finish last.
No, you know what we should do is we should go back to Korean barbecue. Winner or loser pays.
All right.
I know
about-
it's a heavy tip.
what
That'll be
about
like
the Korean
$80
barbecue
plus
place?
What
tip.
about all you can eat crab leg night at Mass Street Fish House on Mondays?
Oh, how much is that?
It's like cheap. It's like half price. Or no, it's not all
I
you can
don't
eat.
eat
It's half
crab
price
legs.
crab
You don't-
legs.
you don't eat
My
crab
bad.
legs?
It's not
You
half. It's not all you can eat. It's
Diana,
half
you don't
price.
eat crab legs. CJ does not eat crab legs.
Yeah.
Only raw seafood he likes.
You-
Only raw seafood.
Yeah, you
No
can get shrimp to cook at this Korean barbecue place if you haven't. It's really good.
I'm sorry I derailed us. My
No,
apologies.
it's okay.
That's okay.
All right, well, to be determined.
to
But
be
wherever we go, I'll tip. But my suggestion is the Korean barbecue place.
Okay.
Sure.
What
okay.
order do you want?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll lose.
Okay. It's going to be YSC 2, 7 o'clock. Bunt and Grind, formerly known as a team that we could never fucking pick, versus Drop Stoppers. Ben.
I'm going with the drop stoppers just because I'm done picking bunt and grind. Period. I feel like if I pick against them every time, I might have a chance of getting some of their games correct. So drop stoppers. Plus, those drop stoppers kids, some of them played on the charity team with me, and they're really cool. So
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Bunt and Grind because I do not learn any lessons whatsoever.
Good.
I'm also going to go bunt and grind over drop stoppers, despite the battle of the two teams that changed their names. Yeah.
Well, I don't have to
Diana.
learn any lessons because I'm always right.
That's
so
right.
drop
Yeah.
stoppers.
yes, all right.
Damn it. We're going to lose this one,
I
Cougar.
picked
Yep,
first
we are.
and with Diana. I feel like I'm
What
winning
order do
this
you
thing
want?
already.
Right now.
Also, I'm really glad I picked all these ahead of time, so I don't have to think too much. Right
Yeah,
now.
that's good.
YSC 3, 5 o'clock, second game of the Pick'em Challenge. Kicking Assets versus Screamers. Diana.
Kicking assets.
Coog.
Kicking assets.
I am just going to go with Screamers because I need to not.
You're trying to play the
I'm
odds.
I'm going to lose anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. Ben.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a really good game, actually. Screamers is like veteran team. They have the players. I think Kicking Assets probably has a little more on the talent side, but it's early. So I'm going to go with Kicking Assets by a run.
Okay.
I would agree. I think it'll be a good game.
Yeah.
YSC 3, 7 o'clock, Sacred Sword versus Lawrence Shirt Factory. We're all going Lawrence Shirt Factory, right?
And shut out.
Also, why did they change their name? Does anybody know?
Yeah, Mike started a new company.
So
So is he not with Happy Shirt anymore?
he still does.
He just has a second company?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Promoting
out.
the new venture is
It's-
what we've
yeah.
heard. So yeah.
They
you go.
outgrew their shirts, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. YSC 4, 5 o'clock, Channel 6 versus Lucky Berry.
Oh, wow.
Channel 6.
Channel 6?
Channel 6.
Okay.
That's a
I'm going to
really-
go Lucky Berry.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think this could be a really good game.
Okay. Okay. YSC 4, 7 o'clock, Matadores versus John Denver Experience. Ben.
JDE all the way.
Yeah, I'm going to go JDE.
JDE.
Ditto.
All right. Holcomb Wright, 5 p.m. Red Lion versus Jazz House, 926.5 Massachusetts. Come on down every Tuesday. We act a fool and drink for $2.50 almost anything's. Yeah. We'll go Diana.
We'll go with the Red Kitties.
Coog.
I'm going the Red Lion as well.
I'm going Red Lion as well. I think it'll be relatively close because Red Lion is the first game, and Jazz House usually has a pretty good squad.
Yeah.
It could catch them off guard.
You're giving me an opportunity to pick against my team and for a sponsor, and it's not a pick'em. I am going Jazz House all the way.
But Rick ain't even here to buy you a shot. He's at the Royals game.
Rick isn't here, so he's not going to give us free shots because you picked him.
Oh, I'm sure he's listening.
Next time. Next time.
All right. Holcomb Wright, 7 p.m. Johnny's versus Homies. Diana.
Johnny's over Cougar.
Yep.
So I got
Ben.
There are other people on the team. Johnny's over Hopper.
Oh,
He sucks, by the way. Terrible.
alone.
Just
Awful.
Hopper
Just
alone,
waiting.
people.
He
Yeah, I'll
has such
take
nice
Johnny's.
hair, though.
I'm gonna
They don't
take.
care.
I'm gonna take Johnny's as well. Cougar.
So I got a text message from my teammate in the stands, Dana, saying vote us, smiley face. Nope.
Started early, Cooper. Started early. It worked last year.
Jesus, man.
No.
He's not only your teammate, but he's your co-captain, isn't he?
He's my co-captain. I think Johnny's will win by 5. But then Tim will go 0 for 4.
And for
Yeah,
those
well, I like
not here,
this.
that was Cougar's response
I
to
will shotgun
Tim's
the beer.
question.
We're scoring 3. You'll shotgun again. That's the deal.
Bets,
That's the deal.
bets,
I can't wait till the
bets,
next podcast.
side bets. Oh, my
Tim was 0 for 4, but with several foul tips.
Okay.
Yeah, well, no. Kansas is not legalized
Not
yet.
yet.
It's just that the feds can't pick you up.
Yeah. State by state. Not yet. Not yet.
Holcomb left, 5 p.m. Muddy Waters versus Asteroid Head. We're all going Muddy Waters, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Holcomb left, 7 p.m. Roost versus Love Garden. We're all going Love Garden, right?
Yep.
Love Garden's got Rob Z back.
Oh, he's
he's
back. Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, Lions East, 5 p.m. Ladybird versus Goose.
Here we go.
Ben.
I think I might have said that this was going to be a really close one because Ladybird is breaking in some new people again, but I think they probably shook the rust off of that charity tournament, and I think they might win this one going away. Sorry, Diana.
I got Ladybird as well. Sorry, Diana.
Coog.
So it should be interesting is that, Stacy's younger son, Max, is his first kickball game against the Ghosts. So I'm sure Diana basically
Dead meat
licks her
week 4.
chops against Max. Are you? You're licking your chops.
I've met him. He's a very nice boy, and I'm
sure
not like
He's a
that.
very nice boy.
Come on, yes, you are.
Diana says he's a very nice boy.
God.
He's a very nice boy.
I can't wait
Where
to
is
hear
this
it.
going?
All game
Fresh
long.
meat. That means tonight is fresh meat.
You know what happens to nice boys in kickball games?
With that being said, I got Ladybird.
Okay.
I'm picking Ghost. We don't have a whole lot of roster changes, and
Okay.
the Ghost.
Okay. Having some faith in your team. All right.
We missed out here.
He's
We
also
should have
welcome
totally
back.
made Diana pick Ghost as a pick'em game. That could have been our way to, to disrupt her undefeated streak.
Whatever. Suck it when
No,
we win.
'cause the rules of the pick'em is that we
I know.
You
I
cannot
know.
use your own team.
Yes.
no.
Yeah.
Fucking
Lions
fools.
East, 7 p.m. Liberty Hall versus Hertz Donut. Diana.
Hurts donut.
Coog.
Hertz donut.
I got Hertz.
Yep.
Okay. Lions West, 5 p.m. KTC versus Rats. KTC, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Lions West, 7 p.m. Reboot 10. Leafy Greens.
I'm going X-Boot for the win.
All right. Coog.
I'm going with a 10.
Diana.
Same.
Yeah, I'm going reboot as well.
Yeah.
All right, which leads us to our last two games at Hobbs, 7 p.m., which is our last game of the Pick'em Challenge.
The not game of the week, game of the week.
Yes.
Best game. Yeah.
Posh Wash versus Free State. If you play at 5 o'clock, get there early to Hobbs. This should be a really cracking game.
Unless you're bailing on reffing.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to bail on reffing if we want to watch it like really bad?
Well, you put
I
in your
mean-
time, Diana. You can do whatever the
Yeah,
fuck
It's
you
your son,
want.
so I don't know them.
Yeah.
Diana, I don't know.
Diana.
Poshwash.
Coog.
Last year I picked Free State and they lost. And this year it's Poshwash.
Oh, I'm going to Free State.
Oh, stop with the
I got
curse.
I got
Stop
some.
with the
I got
curse.
some
Stop
faith. I have some faith in Seth and the crew. So
And the power of the
505.
cans.
505.
It's not that I don't. I just kind of feel like that defense transitions season to season. Sometimes it takes a while to get your feet going.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm going to go Poshwash.
Okay. I am gonna go 0 for 3 this week.
Sorry,
All you're going to have to do is buy Korean barbecue.
it's a win. It's a win-win.
Really is not that big of a deal because
Yeah,
like Korean barbecue is fucking amazing.
That's right.
It's delicious.
You're basically you're paying for 4 people to eat like $1,000 worth of meat.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Oh my
happening.
god. For those who don't know, Ben, myself, Simon, Colin Keaty, Marisa, we
Yep.
all went to Korean barbecue after what was it? After
Ref clinic.
Cougar, after the ref clinic, and we
Yeah.
ate probably 3 cows worth of meat.
Yeah, I was waiting for them to get mad at us and kick us out.
Under the sea.
Under the sea, 60 castle
Coke
work.
Roasters. Anyway, we're
They're
gonna-
not a sponsor. I'm just shouting them out.
Yeah,
Yes.
Delicious.
Yes.
I recommend it.
I'm gonna go over there.
Get them.
$20 all you can eat.
What's going to happen?
$20 all you can eat.
Oh, it's so
2
good.
hours.
So great.
They have a
Exactly.
2-hour limit,
2-hour
so
limit.
you won't like
2
take
hour
a
limit
nap
though.
in the
2 hour
booth.
limit.
No, you can't
But
take it
yeah.
out of the booth.
Yeah.
$20 all you can eat.
Chef
All right.
recommends.
All right. We're gonna talk about game of the week, I guess.
All right.
Hobbs, 9 p.m. Game of the week. Repetition versus Rockets. Diana.
I'm going to go with Rockets just because Repetition, I know they have a few injuries, and that's why.
Coog.
Don't copy me.
I just did. No, I was going to pick Rockets. No, I was going to pick Rockets over Repetition. You mentioned Repetition will get better throughout the season, whether they get out of the sixes. I don't think so. Others may think. So, no, I'll go Rockets.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rockets as well. There's a lot of experience with the Rockets at least. Repetition has some, but not as much as the Rockets. So I'm gonna go with them. Ben.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I might be personally underestimating Rockets because of what happened last year, but I'm going to take Repetition anyway.
Okay.
I kind of feel like they were on the upswing last year. Rockets was kind of on the downswing. I'll stick with the season-to-season trend.
All right. First game of the week. Be there. Also.
Well, and Repetition got a player from Homies, too, this year.
Yeah,
Has
I know they
to.
were
Yeah.
working
Yep.
for it. I feel like they were trying to improve in the offseason even after they got better as the year went on.
Yeah. All right, so that ends the preview of the games. We're going to move on to a new segment.
Yeah, we now have what's called
Cougar's Comedy Corner, where Cougar will read a dirty joke that we found on the internet.
Yes, I feel like
Every week he's going to read a new joke.
this one is not super dirty, but I feel like we're leaving ourselves to get much
By the
dirtier.
end of the season, can we
Yes.
have him do his own
So-
aristocrat joke? You know?
No.
No, you should
No,
see some of the
Dinah.
jokes CJ and I were looking at today.
Yeah,
You
so
do not want to
Cougar,
know.
read the joke.
All right. What do you call a teacher who refuses to fart in public?
What do you call a teacher? What do you do?
A private tutor. That's nice. That wasn't so bad. I'm afraid later on the season will be a lot worse. And I'll blush. I will blush like a fart.
We've already got the first 3 weeks picked out, and
yeah.
I can guarantee it's going to get
gonna be
worse.
fun.
Oh, I knew it was
It's going to be so much fun. Oh
How
my
else be
god.
worse than last year's? The dirty sexual position. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to go down to Cirilla's and see if they'll sponsor just this segment.
Yeah.
Surreal.
All right. So I guess that's going to put a bow on this podcast, right?
Yeah, big pretty bow.
All right. So actually, no. We'll go. Diana, do you have anything you want to say?
No, thank you for having me.
Okay. All right. Cougar.
Dinah. This damn segment.
Ben.
Yeah!
All right. So for Diana Garcia, Jason Cougar Huang, Ben Hutnick, I am CJ Cobra Kai.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Wow.
And 3, 2, 1. There we go. Thanks, guys.
Just so janky.
First podcast.
This is so much more fun now that I'm living in town because I can drink more when I was driving back to OP afterwards.
All right.
Oh, you need my picks? Here you go.
Yeah, I need your picks. Everybody.
Just photocopy mine and write Cougar's name on it.
Now, you can't just sit there and talk about it. You got to get some animation. You got to get into it.
Ben, do you need my list of past sponsors, or are you covered?
I think you sent it to me, actually.
Okay, you don't need it?
I don't think so. I will. I'm looking at all that tomorrow.
Because I know
Again.
some of them want to do it again.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna look at it again tomorrow, and if I'm missing it, I'll see.
score more
But I'm
than
pretty sure you
3.
sent me your.
Shotgun a beer. We score more than
Orange
4.
20, no second beer. That's the deal.
Yeah.
They both happen.
If you don't have it, let me know. I'll get it for you. All I know is
Double fisting.
Here we go, Ben.
it's like, we're getting to a podcast. It's like soon. I don't know. Hold on.
Here we go, Ben.
Thanks for believing me. Thanks for voting me as a 2. I appreciate it. Not you, that guys. I don't wear any more.
Drinking and smoke.
I'm terrible.
You got a shirt? I'm a nice boy.
So what happens to high school?
And it's pretty nice. I said, and told them, I'm like, yeah, it's nice. You guys are like that.
You know what?
You gotta get some. They're both
I didn't say that.